We're barely an hour away. At 10:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time, Joe Biden will become the 46th President of the United States. The road to presidency has been a difficult one for him. He faced a bitter election campaign, a legal challenge to his victory, and an attempted coup by a sitting president, no less, who just refused to concede. Even today, when there is no doubt about Biden's victory, his inauguration is happening under unprecedented circumstances. The Wuhan virus pandemic and major security concerns, threats of an insider attack. So we have no crowds, none of the pomp and pageantry that comes with the presidential inauguration. In about an hour, Joe Biden will take oath of office on the steps of the U.S. Capitol, the same place where just 2 weeks ago a mob breached security barriers and stormed America's seat of power. Today, Washington resembles a war zone. The U.S. Capitol is under an emergency. 25,000 soldiers are guarding it. There is a military force 5 times bigger than the American troops deployed in Iraq and Afghanistan combined. These 25,000 National Guards were vetted by the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation. 12 of them have been removed from the inauguration day duties because of their links with extreme rights groups. It's an oath-taking under the shadow of the gun. It's going to be a packed day for Joe Biden. Right after the inauguration, he will get to work. On day one, the new U.S. president will approve 17 executive actions, 17. In one fell swoop, Biden wants to change America's domestic and foreign policy, mark a clean break from the Trump presidency right at the beginning. So let's tell you what this inauguration day is going to look like in the U.S. After an invocation and a pledge of allegiance, singer Lady Gaga will perform the national anthem. Shortly before noon in Washington, Kamala Harris will take oath as the Vice President of America. She will be sworn in by Justice Sonia Sotomayor. At midday, that's 12 o'clock local time, Joe Biden will take oath. He will be sworn in by John Roberts, the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of America. Biden plans to use a massive Bible for this ceremony, a Bible that has been in his family since 1893. After taking oath, Biden will give his inaugural speech. He will outline his vision for the next 4 years. Reports say Joe Biden has been working on the speech since November. His team has been tightly guarding its contents. But he is expected to focus on 3 key themes: his plans to defeat the pandemic, America is still the worst hit, build back better, and unite his country. Before the big speech, Biden made a more personal one in Delaware. That's his hometown. Biden was in tears as he left Delaware for Washington.
You know, it's kind of emotional for me. But look, you were with me my whole career, and through the good times and the bad. I want to thank you for everything.
After that speech, he left for Washington. Biden attended a ceremony to honor nearly 400,000 victims of the Wuhan virus. Landmarks across the United States were illuminated for the ceremony, and this includes the Empire State Building in New York as well as the Space Needle in Seattle. It is being said that this commemoration marks the beginning of a new era in America's battle against the pandemic. And speaking of a new era, the 17 executive actions that Biden wants to push on day one are significant. They will reverse the marquee decisions of Donald Trump. So what is it that Joe Biden wants to do? Rejoin the World Health Organization, rejoin the Paris Climate Agreement, end the so-called Muslim travel ban imposed by Trump, stop funding to Trump's border wall. That's right, America was footing the bill for the wall, not Mexico, as Trump had promised. Other actions will focus on the fight against the pandemic and orders to ease some of the financial strain that Americans are facing thanks to the virus from China. What about Donald Trump, the outgoing U.S. president? Where was he? Trump was not completely out of action today. He reserved the last day to issue more than 70 pardons, 70 pardons. This includes his former advisor Steve Bannon and rappers Lil Wayne and Kodak Black. In all, Trump has pardoned 143 people. He hasn't pardoned himself or his family, though. A presidential pardon basically means you will not be punished or prosecuted for a federal crime in America. All presidents issue pardons, but Trump's have been among the most controversial. The White House has also released the final speech of Donald Trump. He made no mention of Joe Biden, but he did extend his best wishes to the new administration. And just before leaving Washington, Trump also addressed his supporters. Listen into what he had to say.
I will always fight for you. I will be watching, I will be listening, and I will tell you that the future of this country has never been better. I wish the new administration great luck and great success. I think they'll have great success. They have the foundation to do something really spectacular.
Trump's farewell from the White House was rather low-key. He left early in the morning. Reports say Trump wanted a lavish farewell featuring a 21-gun salute, a color guard, a military band and a large crowd of supporters. But his team was apparently struggling to gather a large crowd. Guests were told to bring up to 5 or more people each. Reports say even Anthony Scaramucci got an invite, the former White House communications director who was fired by Trump 10 days after he joined. In the end, the Trump presidency did not play out as he had planned. The next president is set to be inaugurated now. Donald Trump is not attending, and there's a good chance he won't be watching it either. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.